Hey guys, back to work after March break. You can hear a class going on in the background. This video is Flea Market Adventures, Indoor Flea Market Adventures, and this is episode 20. An episode that I wanted to be a marquee episode in the series. Unfortunately, I didn't make a lot of purchases. As you'll see in the videos, there were some interesting items, but it was either not in my price range, I didn't find anything in certain stores, or it was stuff that just doesn't fit in the game room anymore, because those of you that have watched the channel for any amount of time know that the game room is smaller, and a lot of my normal stuff that I used to play and display is boxed up and put in the basement. So we do have a retro show coming up in May, so I am looking for stuff that I want to sell, but you'll see in the video some cool stuff that I just didn't purchase. Like, this was pretty much a strikeout March break with the small caveat at the end, and that'll be the second part of this little intro vlog that I want to share with you guys. Is in the winter, aside from, well, any time, but I'm just using the winter as an example, instead of thrifts and pawns and indoor flea markets or going on the online Facebook marketplace, pretty obvious, the liquidation centers, the liquidation aisles at your Targets and your Walmarts and your Giant Tigers and your Big Lots. You can find games and toys, and I'll show you the stuff that I found, because I did find some good stuff to end March break that I didn't pay full price for, and I was pretty happy with. But the long and the short of it is, it got me thinking, because some people would watch some videos and they're like, man, you always seem to luck out. You always find great stuff. And I was telling them, like, some videos, like, I could go out and, there's weekends that I record stuff and I don't find anything. In this case in point, this will be kind of the beginning of this video. There's stuff to look at. I'm just not making purchases. And, it goes with, you have to look. You have to know what your budget is, what you're willing to spend. And if it's something that you don't want to spend the money on, or you're not going to use, you don't spend it. And you got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. So anyway, check out the clips, and I'm going to have a coffee. I'm at work. I'll do a little editing, and I got my classes pretty soon. So, I don't know. I'll talk to you guys down in the comments. Now, looking over this footage, I guess this would be my regret, because these were 77, 79 Burger King commemorative, 1977 commemorative Star Wars collector glasses. Remember, you bought a Whopper and you could get a glass for like $2. Not the complete set. One was two of them were doubles, but I should have picked them up. There's that same Wii sitting there for $50. This one's pretty cool. The 1981 AT-AT Imperial Walker, but the price was pretty high. Nice condition. And this is why I felt like I was striking out all week. A box PS1 Slim, couple of games. Even in Walmart. Usually I love the liquidation aisles, and we'll get to that a little later. But in the States, I was saving 97 cents on this Optimus. I didn't pick it up. Something cool in Target. I was really back and forth on it, but I did a little Googling and YouTubing, and I saw what he looked like transformed, and he's more of a playset instead of an actual cool looking figure, so I left him. A Target exclusive Soundwave from the Bumblebee movie, but I decided not to. So that's all the footage that I had. The rest of the stuff is all clearance stuff here in Quebec at the Walmart, and one other store is EB's Electronic Boutique, the Canadian GameStop. So this is everything I picked up at the end of my March break. I'm happy with the stuff that I found, but I was looking forward to having a lot more footage to share with you guys from the hunting and the indoor flea markets, which, first time in years, just didn't pan out in the States. I also picked up this, despite the newest documentary and controversy. It is the Thriller album. Records at this thrift store that I go to are 50 cents, but the record is a little scratched up, so I actually got this for $0.25. I'm hoping to trade this out or sell it to somebody that just wants it for display. Not looking for a lot, but I'll probably have it at my booth. You can see that's what the record looks like, but still, Thriller album. So, with the exception of one item, the American Walmart clearance was nothing good this last month for me, but back home here in Canada, in Quebec, and more closely Saint-Constant, I found a couple of cool things on clearance. These guys are usually $12.97, the small to medium transformers, and I got this guy. He was on clearance, so he was only $7. $7, I'll pick these guys up all day. Transforms pretty nice, looks pretty sleek, and he'll go nicely on the shelf. And of course, to go along with Tailgate, the same size from the Power of the Prime series, this is Scrapnel. This is a guy that I've been looking at for a while, and I've always been on the fence because $13 isn't a lot for a Transformer, but for his size and how he looks in insect mode, I was always on the fence. I decided not to pick him up, but him as well. He was $7, so I figured that was the right price for him. I'm going to leave him in robot mode. And then I said that I was going out to pick up another random arm for my Inferno monstrosity. I wanted to make a combiners with just extra pieces. So I went ahead and picked up an extra Moon Racer, so he'll have two of the same color arms. And again, this was in liquidation. These are normally between $15 and $20, and I picked her up for $9. So she looks pretty cool in vehicle mode. You know, looks different to have a female Transformer in robot mode. And then of course she's going to be the matching arm for my Mutt combiner, which is the base of Inferno, and there he is now with everyone else, towering over Devastator. And lastly, for the Transformers that I picked up at the Walmart liquidation, I was hoping that these guys were going to go on the liquidation aisle, or at the very least, you know, have some sort of discount or sale. I've been waiting on these for a while. So I picked up 2 leader classes. This is Rodimus Prime, and with the trailer, you can have him as the car, and you can also have him as Hot Rod. And also Optimal Optimus, another leader class. Like I said, I was waiting for these guys for quite some time, because I've always wanted to have them on the shelf and be part of the collection, but $69, $70 for each figure was too much for me to spend on a Transformer. Now these were in the liquidation aisle for $30 each, so that was more than 50% off. So I decided, I pulled the trigger, I got both of them for essentially a little less than what I have paid for one. And here they are on the shelf. You can see that they are very large for leader class, and it spilled over from my Transformer shelf. Then for the EB sales, it was only at one EB. I went and checked 2 others. They called it their $5 table, and it was actually my brother-in-law Wyman that told me about this, and then my brother mentioned that it was still going on, so I had to get back there. And this is Shock from the Nightmare Before Christmas. And then this is the vinyl. I think it's with the Funko Pop guys for Gremlins. You get Gizmo and Stripe, and all of these were $5. They show the regular pricing. I'm gonna keep Gizmo and Stripe for myself. I'm pretty sure Shock will get put on the table at the upcoming retro sale. This, I just finished playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I thought was an excellent game, and for $5, these little kind of look like knockoff amiibos. I said, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. I picked up the EB exclusive one, which turns out is just that cardboard box that goes around it, but still very cool. I'm gonna open her up. She's gonna sit on the shelf and watch over my game collection. And the only thing that I found in the States on our stateside vacation was a $7, down from like 15 or 20, JD Phoenix from Gears of War 4, and I'm probably going to put them on my table, make a couple of bucks off them, because I actually found this for the same deal at Target last year. And that's it, guys. This is kind of like you know, a strikeout bust kind of flea market adventures. Yes, I found stuff at the liquidation tables, but I didn't get to find stuff in the wild, which I love to do. You know, so let me know down in the comments what you thought about my pickups, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks a lot. See you in about a week.